So Boris on board Seaexplorer Monaco is finally through the rougher conditions they've been experiencing the last few days, and as those two low pressure systems passed over him, and currently is sailing in this southwesterly wind, which is formed between this high pressure to the west of the fleet and this low pressure down here. So what's been happening is this low pressure has been moving towards the east and will continue to do so, and as it does so, this southwesterly wind will slowly ease off, and right now it's been 35 knots. It will decrease down to between 15 and 20 knots. But you can see at the moment that there's about 370 nautical miles between Boris and Apivia, Charlie Dalin in first place. We'll have a look ahead and see what might happen to that distance in the next few days. So in 24 hours, Boris will have sailed along here on starboard jibe in this easing southwesterly wind. That low pressure has gone completely out the way, and it's now dominated by this high pressure which has moved in from the west. Boris will be around here, and if we think about where Charlie might be, Charlie will be probably somewhere around here, and if we have a look at this, the wind is a lot lighter and a lot more unstable and trickier, which means the conditions will be much more difficult compared to what Boris has. But as this wind eases, it will be a perfect opportunity for Boris to fix some of the things on the boat that aren't working. The J2, for example, has had some damage, and also the hydro generators for producing the electricity on the boat have also had some issues. So in the next 48 hours, Boris should have a good chance to be able to fix these, which is great. If we look at what that might mean for the routing, for the comparison, so in 3 days' time, 72 hours, Charlie is expected to be somewhere over here, and Boris is now 175 nautical miles behind him. So that gap between the two of them has compressed to about half the size, and that's basically because of these trickier conditions that Charlie will have to sail in on the way to this point in the next 3 days, much lighter winds. We can also see that there's this low pressure that's formed, which is just ahead of Charlie at this moment in time, which could also be quite challenging for the fleet depending on how it develops. But at this moment in time, 72 hours, there's 40 to 50 knots of wind right where Charlie is. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that in the next couple of days to see how it develops. But yeah, there's a good chance for some compression at the front of the fleet.